Are you thinking, or have you ever thought about studying Spanish abroad? If so, what's the best country to learn in? Once you've narrowed down the country, what's the right school? And what do you even search for in a Spanish program? If you've had doubts like these, like I did, in this video, I'm going to answer all those questions by showing you why I chose Máximo Nivel. So we're heading to beautiful Peru to take an inside look at this Spanish language school and what they have to offer. From their classes to their immersive experiences, I'll take you inside Máximo Nivel and share what makes this school the top destination to study Spanish abroad. Vamos! Now we've arrived in Cusco and it's getting exciting. One of the first things I want to say that I love about Máximo Nivel is that they pick you up from the airport free of charge. So it doesn't matter whether, in this case, we're only 10 minutes away from our homestay or apartment or hotel that we're staying at, or like in Guatemala, where I was an hour away, they pick you up and they take all the worrying out of you arriving in a foreign country. Maybe you don't speak good enough Spanish yet to understand how to get transportation, and they take care of all of it. All you have to do is walk outside of the airport and look for the friendly driver with a big smiley face waiting for you. It's as easy as that. So what we just received from the driver was this personalized pamphlet that has a lot of great information on local culture and safety here in Cusco, various beginner Spanish expressions, a map of the entire city as well as all of its points of interest, contact information for everyone in case of an emergency you need to contact the institute. They also give you in the pamphlet the time of your orientation. This will almost always be the next day after you arrive in the morning. Máximo Nivel is extremely well located in the city center, so if you're staying with one of their homestays or on your own but in the city center, it's less than a 10-minute walk to get there, so let's go. During the orientation, the director of the program will take you through about an hour presentation, answering any questions you may have. It's very laid back and they give you a ton of information such as where you should withdraw money during your stay, or if you want to buy a SIM card, the best places to eat, as well as all the information about the school, its mission, and its amenities. Afterwards, they give you a tour of the school, including their classrooms, cafeteria, common areas, and special activities area. You'll then take your placement test, which consists of a grammar portion, reading section, listening comprehension, and a final speaking portion. It's definitely the most thorough test I've personally taken to correctly place a student in the classes that they should be placed in. Okay, so we just finished orientation and the placement exam. I honestly didn't really know how well I was gonna do, and here are the results. My grammar was 100% perfect. Then my speaking was like advanced B2, low C1 fluent speaker, so I'm super happy about that. My writing was good, so kind of your B1 intermediate, and my worst was listening. They played some audio files that I guessed. I couldn't understand. It was a little bit slang, the audio was a little bit hard to hear, obviously a different accent than Mexican, so which is what I'm used to. So overall good test. I got placed in an advanced teacher, but whew, I was a little nervous. Okay, we are here at Máximo Nivel. We're here for our first day of classes and it's a little bit before 9, so we're right on time. I just got my 2 advanced placement books, which are much bigger than what I received when I was taking intermediate classes, so nervous but excited. Let's go meet our teacher, Tania. Mucho gusto, yo soy Jeff.
Hola, yo soy Tania, voy a ser tu profesora.
Okay, muy bien, muy bien. Vamos a empezar.
Adelante, por favor.
Gracias. During my week at Máximo Nivel, I took 4 hours per day of private classes with Tania. Each day is dedicated to the 4 parts of language learning: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. She taught me a lot about the culture of Peru, as well as using games to help me expand my vocabulary. At the end of the week, I received a certificate of completion, but some college students can even earn academic credits. And there aren't just classes. A week at Máximo Nivel is full of extracurricular activities, starting on your first day with a walking tour. So right now I just finished my first day of classes and we're in the center square doing a walking tour. Máximo Nivel does a walking tour every single Monday because normally people get here on Sunday, they have no idea, it's a new city, they don't know where to go. So a walking tour is a great way after their first day of classes to sort of orient the students and get them to know where they should go to exchange money, where they should go to eat, and what are the main attractions in the centro. On Tuesday and Saturday, they have a salsa dance class, which is so much fun and a great way to meet new people. Although I had an amazing time, the class is actually pretty advanced, and I recommend to them that they incorporate a more beginner level class for us gringos that are just learning. On Wednesday, we had a cooking class where we made causa. Causa is a delicious Peruvian dish consisting of mashed potatoes, shredded chicken, avocado, eggs, lime juice, and olives. Since then, we've actually eaten it several times more in Peru. On Thursday, we did another walking tour, but this time with a professional photographer who took us to all the best sites in Cusco and taught us how to take better photos. The tour went on for about 2.5 hours, and we absolutely loved it. Maximo Nivel is currently located in Guatemala, Peru, and Costa Rica. In Peru, you'll find Maximo Nivel in the colonial town of Cusco, the political, religious, and cultural heart of the Inca Empire, and it sits at 3,400 meters above sea level, and that altitude does take a little getting used to. Cusco is a mix of old Inca energy, colonial architecture, and modern life. With all of the original Inca foundations, it's weirdly touristy, but not. And in a good way. Cusco also boasts a ton of amazing restaurants. We were eating constantly. You'll also want to budget a bit of time and money for weekend day trips, as Cusco is also the starting point for incredible trips like Rainbow Mountain and the Red Valley, as well as Machu Picchu and the Salcante Trek. With everything I've been able to experience through this program, it's obvious why Maximo Nivel is the clear choice for your Spanish immersion program. But don't just take my word for it. I also had the opportunity to talk with a few other students and hear what they had to say. Okay, so now I'm here with another student who's studying Spanish, whose name is Danny. And Danny, how long have you been studying Spanish here at Maximo Nivel?
6 months, almost 6 months.
Been here for 6 months.
Yeah.
Great. Normally, it's a week that people study, so why have you been here for 6 months?
Well, Maximo Nivel offers opportunities to volunteer. So I'm between jobs. I wanted to give back to the community while learning Spanish in an immersion sort of environment.
Okay, and what's your level of Spanish?
I started out as lower intermediate. Now I'm borderline upper intermediate, advanced.
Okay, and out of all the Spanish immersion programs that are out there, why did you choose Maximo Nivel?
Well, when I was doing research, it just offered a lot. You know, there's a lot of different options. You can do virtual, you can do in person. There's many different options for formatting. You can do private, you can do group, you can do 1 hour, 2 hours, you can even do like 4 hours of intensive training. And of course, Maximo Nivel offers that volunteer component as well. So the majority of the people that I've met here do both, which I think is a huge plus.
And we've shown that Maximo Nivel has a lot of extra activities outside of just Spanish classes. So have you participated in any of those?
Yeah, they're great. They have cooking classes, there's salsa classes, which are quite the workout.
I couldn't do the whole 2 hours.
No, it's so hard. Walking tours, sometimes they'll host like photography events. So I've been to all of them, and they're all free. It's great.
Yeah, I loved it as well. Okay, last two questions is, out of everything that you've experienced, what's been your favorite part of Maximo Nivel?
Let's see.
It's probably hard to pick just one.
I know, it is quite hard. I think just the community that is built, right? I mean, it's a known organization, has a good reputation. Not only are there people coming from international, but there's locals here as well. So I've made a lot of friends with people from around the world and the locals as well.
Is there any feedback that you could give the school or let like other students know that something that it's not quite up to date, but they're working on it, or is there anything that they could do better?
I would say that there's a wide variety of teachers that you have, and since I've been here for 6 months, I've had a couple teachers, and there are some that I just don't necessarily click with. It's not necessarily a fault on their part. It's just not my learning style.
But Maximo Nivel is really great about switching. If you tell them that, they actually will switch you out, because this happened to me when I studied in Guatemala. I didn't really click with my teacher, and the next day I had a new one, and she was great. So,
exactly.
So I don't think that's.
I can't even really bash on it at all.
Yeah. So thank you so much for answering all of our questions. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
This is Solange. Solange, how long have you been studying at Maximo Nivel?
How long? I think 3 weeks now.
3 weeks here?
Yeah.
Are you taking group classes or private classes?
I was supposed to have group classes, but as there were no other students at my level, so I'm having private lessons.
Okay.
With a wonderful woman.
Okay. And you said you're volunteering here.
I am volunteering, yes. I am teaching English to children in a special project in Puerto Rico, up 400 meters.
Okay. And why of all the places that you could do this at, why did you choose Maximo Nivel for your volunteer in Spanish?
When I came here, I didn't know about Maximo Nivel because I came with another association. So when I discovered the place and all the opportunities we had here, I said, well, this is my time to improve my Spanish and to speak with other people.
And what did you say has been your favorite part of Máximo Nivel?
Just meeting so many people from different countries, it's just amazing. So I'm helping a young girl who's learning French, and in exchange, she's helping me with my Spanish. And so the exchanges are just wonderful. You meet so many people. It's amazing. I love it. I really love it.
Okay, and final question is there anything that you think that Máximo Nivel could do better? Is there anything that you've been disappointed with or you've seen it maybe they could do better and they could work on?
There is one thing, but I don't know if it's due to Maximo Nivel or the association I'm here with. I've been asking about the weather, and I didn't get any answer. I didn't know where I would be volunteering, and it's a very cold place. So I came here with nice dresses and skirts to teach, and I cannot use them. So I had to buy more warmer clothes to be able to stay here because it's not that warm, but it's a wonderful place.
Okay. And when you arrived here, what was your Spanish level?
Well, I did study 2 years of Spanish at high school. It was my fourth language, but the teacher was never there. Yeah, fourth language. But I was not able to speak with other people. So then I went to Costa Rica 4 times. I went to Guatemala 2 months, and now I'm feeling much better with my Spanish. So being here just helped me to improve it, and I'm very happy. Yeah, I think the teachers here are just wonderful.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time answering our questions. We really
My
appreciate
pleasure.
So if you're interested in signing up with Máximo Nivel, you can go to this link. We'll also leave it in the description of this video. Another thing I love is how descriptive they are with all of their programs, whether it's volunteer work or the Spanish immersion program or online classes. They're definitely the most transparent in their costs and what you can expect. If you have a question or need help, they usually respond immediately. I'm so happy I got the opportunity to take a week of private classes here while traveling through Peru. Well, that's it for this video. Remember, if you can't study Spanish abroad, look into Máximo Nivel for their online classes, where they have great teachers for affordable prices. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any other Spanish lessons like this. Until next time.